Man, these two cameras are so off. Hello, hello, hi, gigpreneur. What is going on? Welcome. Happy Tuesday. In hopes that you squeezed more out of your day than the day squeezed out of you. I am Sean Azimi, and I help folks with a job to start a side gig online and use social media to grow it. What's going on? Why is my face so like weird looking here? Oh my goodness, what is happening here, folks? Sorry. I have no idea what's going on. Oh no, I'm trying to fix this on TikTok. I don't know what's going on with my face, you guys. What is happening here? Um, let's see. Let's see. Okay. I gotta see if I can. Oh, that's better, huh? I think that's better. I think that's better. Anyway, man, these two cameras are so off each other. I got a couple cameras going on and it's all off. Let's see if we can turn this thing on and get some help. I don't know why it's so off like that. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can get some extra help here. All right. Here's what we can do. Here's what we got going on. All right. Anyway, let's get started. Sorry, folks. For those of you joining me live, let me know you are here. Would love to know where you are tuning in from. We are live on all channels: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, X, Threads, LinkedIn. Follow me if you ain't following me already. Let's go. I go with Side Gig Sean, Boise, Idaho. Lana, what's going on? You're going to love this one tonight. You are going to love this one tonight. So I got a great story for you. So if you're new to my lives, welcome. If it's your first time, hopefully it won't be your last time. And if you are a vet to my lives, I've been doing lives for about 6.5 years now. Can't believe it. It's just unbelievable. I started the first year, 2019, as a challenge for myself. I told myself I'd go live for a whole year because I stutter. And I said, I'm going to challenge myself. And here we are, 6.5 years later, over 2,300 lives in a row. Here we are. So if you are a vet to my lives, you know that I am a huge fan of stories. I love collecting stories. I love sharing stories, and I love learning how to tell stories. So hopefully I do a good job. And if the story is a true story, then I get all over. I get so much more excited, right? So tonight I got a great little story for you, and it's a real true story. And yeah, drop a one in the comments if you like stories. I've never asked that question. If you like stories, whether you like to tell them, collect them, or listen to them, just drop a one. Whether you're whatever channel you're on. Um, Nika, yeah, oh nice, Lisa, Nika. Also, yes. Okay, well, you're gonna like this story. Hopefully, I do a good job telling the story. So you've seen, and you've probably experienced this, when somebody is an expert in a field, they probably charge more for what they do, right? You go to a dentist, they charge a certain amount. Then you go to a specialist, they charge a little bit more. You go to an oral surgeon, then they charge a little bit more. You go to a regular doctor, they charge a certain amount, specialist, and a surgeon. It just goes like that, right? No matter what it is, it's really the size of the problem you solve that determines the price. Let me say that again. This is what I truly believe. The size of the problem you solve, it determines the price. The bigger the problem you solve, you get to charge more because you have more value. See, they don't call you when they say, oh, the printer is out of paper. They call you for some big reasons. So the bigger problem you solve, the more value you have in the marketplace. Now, that's great and all, but then between dentists even you get different pricings, right? Sure you do. So let me share with you a real true story where this actually came to life, where somebody really used their expertise in determining how much they would charge. And the person, when they got the invoice, they paid it right away. They didn't even think twice. Check this out. So, a guy by the name of Charles Proteus Steinmetz was born in 1865 and lived through 1923. This guy was a genius of his own, right? One day at Henry Ford's River Rouge plant, a, a generator breaks down, right? And it makes all these weird noises. Henry Ford, being Henry Ford, gets everybody around, all the engineers, all the experts, everybody gets around. They take a look, and they can't solve the problem. They can't solve the issue. Well, Henry Ford decides to reach out to Charles and say, hey, we got an issue. Maybe you can take a look. Charles, he comes down. He asks for three things. He asks for a notebook, a pencil, and a cot. And he sits there for two days and 2 nights. And all he does is listens to the generator making all this weird noise. He's just making notes, right? He's taking notes, he's listening, he's taking notes. 2 days, 2 nights. After 2 days, 2 nights, he's writing down, some calculations and stuff like that. After that, then he asks for two more things. I'm sorry, three more things. He comes back and he asks for a ladder, a tape measure, and a piece of chalk. He puts the ladder against the generator, goes up, does his thing, measures a few things, listens, he looks at his notes, he measures a thing, and he puts an X with a chalk on a certain spot on the generator. Comes down, turns to Henry Ford and says, remove this panel, unwind this coil exactly here, and remove 16 turns of wire. He was pretty precise, pretty exact. He leaves. Well, they do exactly what they said, and the generator starts to work just fine and gets back to its normal way of working. Well, a few days after this, Steinmetz, he sends Henry Ford a bill. The bill says that the invoice says $10,000. Glow, thank you. $10,000. Back in the day, we're talking back in the late 1800s. And Henry Ford is like, $10,000. So he asks for an itemized bill. In return, Steinmetz sends an itemized bill consisting of two items. One says, chalk, $1. Two, where to put the X $9,999. Henry Ford, seeing that, he immediately writes a check and pays the bill. How cool is that story? When you can solve big, major problems, your value, your worth in the marketplace is way more than you think. This is such a powerful story because, well, another part of this is that Steinmetz was only 4 foot tall and he had a hunched back and he also had an uneven gait. This guy wasn't looking exactly all handsome, tall, dark, and handsome. No, 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 no. 4 foot tall, hunchback with an uneven gait. And this guy, besides that, he was a genius. He was friends with Nikola Tesla. He was friends with Thomas Edison and Albert Einstein. This whole story was documented by a guy named Jack B. Scott. This guy was the son of one of Ford's employees in real life, in Life magazine in 1965. Back in 1965, this guy asked for a $10,000 price tag, and he itemized it as $1 and 9,999. Talk about being postured and knowing his value, his worth, and asking without even a single drop of doubt. How powerful is that? That's so magically powerful to be that good at what you do and know it and know your worth and your value and have no problem asking it. And I think we all can learn from this story. Hey, if you want to have that kind of a worth or value, all you got to do is get really good at what you do, like really good at what you do, and that is going to make a difference. So, with that, hopefully you guys got some love, some inspiration, some value. I appreciate you guys. Bunch of you are my new followers. I really thank you. We've been really big. It's been, all I gotta say, it's been a crazy 2-3 weeks. It's been really, really crazy. So, um, Jim Rohn used to say, you know what, don't call it crazy, overwhelming, frustrating, call it interesting. So it's been a very interesting 2-3 weeks. Let's just put it to you this way. So who enjoyed this story? Drop a 2 in the comments if you enjoyed the story. Hopefully you enjoyed the story. And yeah, with that, hopefully you guys got some love, some inspiration, some value. I appreciate you. If you're not following me, like I said, you can follow me on all my platforms: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, X, LinkedIn, Threads. I do not have Lemonade. Please, I have enough already. I don't need Lemonade. So thank you. And if you feel like this is worthy of sharing, somebody's got to hear this. Somebody's got to get a little poke about their worth and value. So don't be stingy with my lives. Share it, tag somebody, and yeah, spread the love. With that, I am Sean Azimi, and I help folks with a job to start a side gig online and use social media to grow it. Like I say every night, where else would you start a side gig? On the street? Online. How else would you grow it? Pay advertising? No, social media. Duh. So if you're serious or curious, drop the word me in the comments and I got you. I'll get back with you after this live. With that, I am signing off until tomorrow when we do it all over again. Much love.